Hello, forward thinkers, and welcome to another episode of Experts Unpacked. In this episode, we have Gala Grigoreva, the Chief Marketing Officer at Adstera, with 14 years of expertise in global brand marketing. A recognized leader in mobile, Web3, and AdTech, Gala has spent the past decade driving marketing innovation and product development for global companies. She's also a yoga and well-being coach and a co-founder of Integrated Professional Growth Program, driving organization success through employee well-being training. Her passion for empowering others led her recognition as one of the 20 Women in Tech Cyprus awardees in 2023, celebrating her efforts to build the Women in Tech Cyprus community. But she's not here to talk about her marketing expertise. Today, we will be discussing her experience as an expert in Cyprus and her role as an advocate for balance and well-being in all aspects of life, but especially in the workplace. Gala, thank you for coming.
Thanks a lot for inviting me, Pavlos.
So can you share with me a little bit your journey, how you ended up in our island?
Well, it's been quite a journey. And to be honest, Cyprus wasn't in my grand plan and relocation at all, to be honest. Well, of course, I was partnering with a lot of international companies, and I was communicating with a lot of people abroad, and I really enjoy multicultural environment. But I was quite okay in St. Petersburg, Russia. But then all of a sudden, the war happened, and yeah, we had to move out actually and relocate to Cyprus. So I was offered relocation many years ago, to be honest, but that was the moment that we made this decision quite quickly, and I was also pregnant, so I wanted, to save my family, I would say. And then we happened to be here. Thank God.
How do you like it so far?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I was told a lot of stories that Cyprus is so boring, there is no culture and things like that. Nothing of the kind. My life here is far from being boring. I think, well, I've been here for 2 years and a half, but I think that I've been living for 10 years because so many things have happened here, and my daughter, my smaller daughter, was born as well, and yeah, I had a lot of friends and a lot of events, and I'm now promoting some new projects, and I'm also working with my team and expanding it. Amazing.
So I told you this before, but for me, you're a prime example of an expat that moves into a country, let's say Cyprus, and actively does things for the community. You've hosted the TEDx Modos that you showcase incredible female leaders in Cyprus. We're going to talk about so many other events that you're organized, you're involved. So I think that's just so important that you moved here into a place that people were telling you was going to be boring. Not only you didn't find it boring, but you're also creating a community for you, for your daughter, and for other expats and locals. So what are some of the best aspects, and what are some of the challenges that you faced settling in Cyprus?
Well, Cyprus now has a special place in my heart for sure, because here the power of community is stronger than anywhere, I think. Because when you're living in a huge city, somewhere in a big country, people are so kind of separated, they are like individuals. And here, everybody knows one another, and we're building partnerships, and your reputation is very important as well. And I think that this is an ideal place, to build partnerships. And I'm so keen on community-driven initiatives, and just to see what results, building meaningful connections may bring. It's magic. So speaking about the best part of my experience here, I think the energy of the people and the culture, I really love it. It's very close to me, and I think that Cypriots really, they are masters in enjoying life. Some small moments, and they are masters in building connections too. Because now, I've started valuing, I would say, connections again, like human connections, in-person meetings too. The biggest challenge, I would say, and it's still so, since I've been living here for quite a little time. I'm not yet, integrated so deeply. So I'm on my way in learning Greek. It's not so easy.
Okay. Does your daughter speak Greek or
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, she knows some words, but hopefully my smallest one would know Greek, better than us. So I hope that one day I could speak freely, and I could communicate with locals.
Yeah, on
as
the
if
next
I'm-
podcast we'll do it in Greek.
Yeah, sure. That's a challenge.
So, as a C-level executive, I assume there's a lot of pressure in your daily life. When did you start focusing on well-being and practicing yoga in the workplace or in your personal life?
Mm-hmm. I can't say that I have prioritized well-being for all my life. I had some challenges and some inadequate bosses in my past as well, when I perfectly realized that your job shouldn't be your, torture. You shouldn't endure it. It's not a means to an end. It's just one part of your life, and it should be interesting. And you're living quite a long part of your life. I mean, you spend 8 hours and sometimes even more daily at work. So this work should be really, really interesting, and that's why I chose, marketing for myself, because I was like, I'm a fan of marketing. I wouldn't say that it's not work, it's like a hobby. No, you work really hard, to achieve outstanding results, but still, it's important. And when I started building my team, and this team consists of various people. Some of them are quite resilient, and some of them are very stressed out. I mean, easily stressed out. I just started realizing that I need to do something, to help people. And I know some techniques myself. I know what actually helps me, and how I can, manage a lot of things, and I can stay how to say, well, resilient, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, and present and,
Yeah,
and focused.
present,
and,
focused, and
calm,
happy overall.
manage stress.
Yeah. Because in the end of the day, even if you're exhausted, you're tired because you've got a lot of things during the day. You have a family and work and projects and a lot of meetings and calls. Yeah, you can feel tired. It's totally fine, but it's not like I want to quit everything. I want to go away, to go on a retreat, somewhere to hide somewhere in the mountains so that nobody could find me. It's not like that. It's like, okay, now I'm recovering. I have my, micro pause or some longer rest, for example, and then I just go again.
Yeah,
So
I'd be
it's
interested
life.
to learn if you have any specific techniques that you can share with us to manage stress in the workplace or ways we can embrace yoga at work.
Yeah, actually, I discovered yoga, Kundalini yoga specifically, about 8 years ago, when I had some difficult period of time, and I felt that I could not do that anymore. I mean, I could somehow, stand and raise myself. I should lift myself up, and I got a small kid, my older one, Varvara, and I went through the divorce, which was also quite challenging. And then, yeah, I discovered this technique, which, are seemed very strange to me first, because I was not a yoga person at all. It was so strange, really. But then I started discovering something else. I mean, there should be something, except for, I don't know, alcohol, cigarettes, and other things that you can easily use to get yourself relaxed. These are unhealthy, and there should be some healthy things. And now, yeah, physical exercises, mindful walks, yoga practices, all these work just greatly. And I've been practicing for 8 years, and then I decided that now I can actually teach people, because I really love sharing. probably that's because of my age. When you know, when you turn 40, you want to share
You become
something.
a mentor.
Yeah, become a mentor, sharing your expertise, sharing some wisdom, even not my own wisdom, but my vision as well, but the wisdom of the yoga legacy. It's really cool. And you can obviously use these techniques and practice in the workplace as well and teach people. Yeah.
With your team at
Mhm.
work, do you take some time to practice yoga or to do
Mhm.
some a walk around the office or something to keep you
Yeah.
relaxed?
Actually, it's not so easy
Mhm.
because some people are quite persistent and yeah, they're quite skeptical, I would say, about yoga and probably mindfulness practices as well. I keep on telling about this, every now and then, and they can take an example from myself, I would say, because they see that I have a lot of things, I have a big team, but still I'm managing it. And I think I'm not the only one who has kids on our team, but maybe one of three people. And they can see that it's not scary actually. You can have a family, you can have kids, you can make a career, you can do some other projects, and you can be a yoga and well-being coach as well. So actually, if you want to take some path, just go for it. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's demanding, and you would actually sacrifice something just because of priorities. When you focus on some priorities at this period of time, then you might sacrifice something else. But still, you can get back to it in the future. And when my team just sees it, it's already fine. I mean, and when I tell them that, okay, try this meditation and now try this practice, oh, guys, I really enjoyed, just try this. Some people, I think they're listening to me. Yeah, they're quite open. Some are not, and it's totally fine. I mean, it's your it's always your choice.
Yeah, it's not one solution fits all,
Absolutely.
but
Yes.
at least you lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
And if it works for you, it might work for some other people.
Yeah, great. Yeah. And that's great that at Sarah we have stretching and yoga practice, so in person and online, and people may choose it. And also they have, access to gym memberships.
Oh, through the
and-
company.
Yeah, through the company.
Do you think it's
yeah.
important for leaders of these companies to provide these services to the employees?
Yes, of course. I think that nowadays it's absolutely essential, but it's a nice perk. So it's not that well-being program that organizations should have actually, because it's a superficial benefit that you might use, and it's like a must. So you can see that everywhere, specifically in technology companies, and we have a lot of them here. And so that you build a unique competitive advantage, competitive edge over other companies, and so that to be very appealing to talent based here in Cyprus, you have to do something else, because gym memberships are not unique, and I don't know, platforms with psychotherapies, they are not unique. So some companies may have it, some not, some may, for example, reimburse only 50%. It's okay, it's already good. I mean, it's better than you
Nothing,
have
yeah.
nothing. Yeah. But it's not sufficient, to be honest. I mean that companies and HR departments, and not only them, I mean leaders themselves, they should proactively approach people and see what they need. So yeah, as you said, well-being is not one size fits all. For some, for example, a walking meeting would be fine, and they will feel social connections, and that's important. For others, they should be left alone in some corner, and that's nice if offices have such a corner where people can just enjoy silence.
Or a
And then-
screaming room?
Yeah, or screaming rooms. Yeah, I really love the idea actually. And they have just a cup of coffee, do that micro pose, and then get back to work. Yeah.
Yeah, in my office, we do 10 squats every hour.
Oh, perfect.
That's what we came up with. I'd rather do yoga.
Uh-huh.
So, what advice would you give to someone struggling to find balance in between work and life?
I'd love to recommend taking a pause and reassess what the work-life balance means to you. I mean that for everyone is something different. And for example, well, I think that work and life They are not separate entities, you know. They like flow into one another. And as I said, work is an important part of your life. For me, it's absolutely normal when I, for example, accept messages and I reply to like work messages quite late, or for example, at the weekend if something serious, you know, has happened. I think it's normal because I'm a C-level employee. I should be available, you know, just in case. And you know, set the company's priorities over your own ones, it's okay, but you should always think about yourself. So you also prioritize your needs. And if you feel that that's enough, I'm drained, I need some rest, then just go for it. And hopefully that leaders, you know, would support you. So I would recommend, you know, reassessing what it means to you. And if you need just small breaks, okay. If you need long vacations, okay, and for example, you can work for quite a long time on a high level of productivity, and then you take that long vacation. It's also fine. But it's really, really bad when people end up with burnouts. And it happens, I don't know, several times throughout the year. It's not really good. I mean that you have to, you know, build self-awareness first, and then being aware of what you need, what your body asks from you, what your mind asks from you. Then you do something for yourself, building rituals, which is nice. For example, for myself, morning rituals, my morning self-care rituals are absolutely essential. I cannot live without them.
Without your morning rituals?
Yeah.
I cannot live without my nighttime rituals.
Really?
Because in the morning I open my eyes, I have to be at work 10 minutes later. But at night is when I have the time to light up my candles, read my book, you know, do the steps to relax. And,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So each person finds their own.
That's
But I really
right.
like what you said about work not being like this thing that you do and you wait until it's over to start your life.
Of
No, it should be a
course.
part of your life. You should embrace it and
Mhm.
find, hopefully, not everybody's able to do it, but hopefully find something
Mhm.
that you can embrace. Are there any measurable data that you see on productivity when people take these mindfulness steps, or when companies provide these benefits to the employees?
Yes, sure. Well, they obviously reach balance. That's like guaranteed, you know, that's a guaranteed result. When they do this practice on a regular basis, it's not just like, you know, a drop in cost somewhere, but you do that on a regular basis, at least weekly. Well, it would be perfect if you can do that daily, just 5 minutes or 15, no matter how many minutes you have. Then you can reach that balance. You will be calmer, you know, you will be more engaged in communications. You will be listening to your colleagues way better, and you know, trying to understand their motivation, their goals as well, and where you can match. So people doing yoga and mindfulness practices, they are more collaborative, and there are, you know, a lot of studies and researches demonstrating great results. I mean, their increase in productivity and stress level,
Employee satisfaction.
yeah, employee satisfaction, retention, and
Yes, there's especially in tech companies, there's a lot of turnover, so retention is important.
Yeah. So speaking about, for example, the metrics, how companies can measure, you know, because they invest money, and there was a study showcasing that from each dollar invested in employee well-being companies, on the average, they receive $6 back.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a proved fact, you know, you are investing not only in your employee happiness, but in your bottom line, in your organizational success, in your business growth as well. Because people, when they feel supported, valued, empowered, where they have access to continuous learning, they have access to well-being programs, various ones. I mean, there should be some holistic approach, you know. Then they feel that the environment they're working in is safe and thriving. Then they tend to innovate more. they are open to new ideas. They do not fear to share their own ideas.
They're not looking at other jobs
Yeah,
all day.
yeah, really. They stay for longer. Yeah, so retention rates are increasing, absenteeism is decreasing. Yeah, and they're
They can focus on the bigger things and the more creative things.
absolutely more ambitious goals. Yes, something really, great.
Wow. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pivot now. I'm gonna talk about TEDx Molos, which you organized 2 of those events already, and they were incredible. And I want to give you the opportunity to tell me what other events you're organizing this year, what there's upcoming. You have Women in STEM, you're organizing an HR event. So you
Yeah,
wanna tell us a little bit about it?
many events on the schedule actually. Thanks a lot for mentioning them. I think all of them are community driven really. So TEDx Molos, as you know, is about sharing ideas, inspiring people, and I really love the idea when people can come and get involved and experience what speakers are talking about, some interesting ideas, some interesting approaches to quite ordinary things as well. And speaking about the next events, I'm working on the program for the EU Cyprus HR Summit. We are doing together with quite experienced event organization company, and it's going to happen on the 18th of March. And we already got the support from the Cyprus HR Management Association, so we're expecting some prominent speakers from the board of members, from the board of directors as well. And we also got support, like a media partnership from Tech Island HR community, which is also nice. So now we're looking for speakers still in this process, and yeah, keep on organizing the event. And Women in Tech community has planned a lot of meetups this time. So on the 8th of March, we will have the International Women's Day in the winery. So no business agenda, just networking and sipping wine.
Is it an invite, or do women reach out to you if they wanted to be included?
It's open to registration.
It's open to
You
registration.
can just register and pay. It's we are not accepting like payments, but we are like gathering money, to pay to the winery. So it's just 20 euros, for everything, like food and wine, very different sorts of wine. I think it's nice, and this way we're supporting some local places too, local wineries. Yeah, it's really nice,
That's
and
wonderful.
it's in a traditional Cypriot style, I would say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you tell us which village or which area?
It's Vineyard.
Vineyard. Okay, vineyard.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, vineyard. It's quite new, I think. Yeah, so I've never been there before.
Okay. I'm not gonna mention names, but
Yeah.
there is one really amazing one. Maybe
Which
it's that
one?
one. It's a new one, and it looks like a space station. It's in Marathasa.
Yeah, I think
That's
I
a
know
really
that.
good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple of rapid fire questions.
Well.
I want to know your favorite activity in Cyprus.
Well, I think it's going to mountains. Going to the mountains.
Everybody said mountains. I'm like, I thought people were coming here for the beach, for the ocean,
that's
for the
right.
sea.
I'm a mountain person for sure. Despite I love sea, of course, but I'm a mountain person. I really love going there and attending villages. I'm into traditional stuff. I really love
Lefkara.
Lefkara.
Yes, Lefkara are just gorgeous. Do you have a favorite Cypriot dessert?
Loukoumades, I think.
I love them. In
Yes.
Protaras, you'll find the best ones.
Really?
Right when the highway ends and you
Uh-huh.
have to turn to go to Protaras, there's a Loukoumades place there.
Oh,
Delicious.
so
yeah.
specifically, they're doing only this.
They're only doing that, and you can put any flavor you want.
Oh, cool.
They do like
okay.
all
I'll
sorts
Google-
of
I'll
chocolate
Google
and
it.
honey and whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and one book recommendation for anyone seeking work-life balance and well-being.
There are quite many of them, but I would recommend Cadence for HR professionals. It's about, actually, it was written by the athlete in the past, but now she has her own model, her framework of teaching corporate well-being. And it stated that after high-level performance, it's impossible, to perform on a very, very high level all the time, like every day, all day long. There goes a recovery stage and some rest, and it's normal. And then you again preparing, and then again high level performing, and then recovering. And it's really great. I mean, this approach is healthy, I would say.
Yeah.
Human.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thanks a lot for having me here.
I encourage everyone to also check out our new podcast, Urban Canvas, where we invite artists, social advocates, and NGOs to discuss the cultural landscape of Cyprus, and our flagship podcast, Breakpoint, with Michael Terimos, for in-depth conversations with the most successful high-profile figures of Cyprus. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also find us on Spotify and get the latest news on fastforward.com.cy. Until next time, keep inspiring and take care.